Have you ever had something stolen from you, and the thief looked you right in the eye and lied about it? Now imagine tracking that same thief down, 2 weeks later, in front of his wife and kids, and watching him hand your stolen item back in utter shame. Yeah, that happened to me. This is the story of how I caught a Lyft driver who thought he could get away with stealing my AirPods. If you've ever wanted to see karma in real time, hit that like button. And if you believe that every liar and thief eventually faces justice, then subscribe and buckle up, because this story ends with one of the most awkward, satisfying confrontations you'll ever hear. So, picture this. I'm visiting some friends in another city. It's a fun weekend. Bar hopping, late-night laughter, a little too many drinks. When the night winds down, I call a Lyft. It's raining lightly, the kind of mist that clings to streetlights and makes everything glow. I'm half asleep in the back seat, just letting the night fade. 15 minutes later, we reach my stop. I mumble a thanks, grab my stuff, and head inside. It's not until the next morning, when I reach for my AirPods, that I realize they're gone. Panicked, I check every pocket, every surface, nothing. And then it hits me, the Lyft. I must have dropped them on the seat. I immediately file a lost item report through the app and message the driver. A few hours later, I get a short reply. Sorry, I checked. Nothing in the car. For a moment, I want to believe him. Maybe someone else found them. Maybe they fell out. So I let it go. I go back home. Life goes on. Until something weird happens. A day later, I open the Find My app, just out of habit. And there they are, online. Not only that, they're charging and moving. The little green dot glides across the map, from street to street, store to store, exactly the way a rideshare driver would move. My stomach drops. Then the anger comes. It's that hot, quiet kind of anger that burns slow. He lied. He knew he had them. And he decided, screw it, free AirPods. I'm not usually a vengeful person, but this was straight up theft. And something inside me snapped. I wasn't going to let it go. 2 weekends later, I'm back in the same city with my friends. Just for fun, I check the Find My app again. And guess what? My AirPods are still active, still moving. The thief didn't even have the sense to unpair them. That's when I see the location update. Chuck E. Cheese. I look at my friends and grin. Guys, I think it's time for justice. We pile into the car and follow the signal. The map leads us straight to a crowded parking lot. Neon lights, screaming kids, the smell of pizza and arcade tokens. I watch the screen as we walk closer. The dots getting bigger. Then, very close. I scan the row of cars. And there it is. A white sedan. The same make and model from that Lyft ride. Heart pounding, I take a deep breath. This is it. I go inside and find a security guard near the entrance. I tell him everything. How the driver stole my AirPods, how I've tracked the signal right here. He looks at the picture I show him from the Lyft profile. The guard smirks. Follow me. We walk past rows of kids shouting and laughing, machines blaring their 8-bit victory songs, parents looking half alive. And then the guard stops. There, he says, pointing. A man sits at a booth with his wife and 2 little kids. He's laughing, completely relaxed, like he doesn't have a care in the world. Until now. The guard nods and steps back. I take a deep breath and walk over. I stop right beside his table and say, calmly, "Hey, are you driver's name?" He looks up, startled. Yeah, why? I lock eyes with him. You stole my AirPods. Face without mouth silence. Everything goes quiet. The noise of the arcade fades, just for that second. His wife looks at him, confused. His kids stop talking. He blinks, tries to smile. No, I don't think so. Maybe someone else. I interrupt, holding up my phone. They're on right now. Find My says they're here. With you. He looks at the phone, and I can see the realization hit. His face goes pale. His jaw tightens. He mumbles. Maybe they got stuck in the car or something. I raise an eyebrow. for 2 weeks, while you were charging and using them. He doesn't answer. He just sighs, reaches into his pocket, and pulls out my AirPods case. The same scratches, the same sticker on the back. No mistake. He slowly sets them on the table and pushes them toward me. Here. Must have been a misunderstanding. I pick them up, snap the case shut, and look him dead in the eye. A misunderstanding doesn't last 2 weeks. His wife looks mortified. The kids stare, silent. The man can't even look at me anymore. I turn, thank the security guard, and walk out, calm, steady, and completely done. Behind me, I can almost feel the weight of his humiliation, the kind that sticks with you long after the moment ends. Here's the thing. I didn't yell. I didn't threaten. I didn't even call the cops. Because the real revenge wasn't about punishment. It was about exposure. The truth, out in the open, in front of his family. That man will remember that moment forever. The day a stranger walked into a Chuck E. Cheese and made him hand over something he'd stolen in front of his kids. And that look, the mix of guilt, embarrassment, and regret, was worth more than any legal report or fine. I walked out of that building lighter than air. Because sometimes, justice doesn't need a courtroom. Sometimes, all it takes is a Find My notification. And a little patience. It's funny, people think small lies don't matter. That a little theft isn't a big deal. But life has a way of circling back. You can run from the truth for a while. But eventually, it'll find you. Even if it has to track you down at Chuck E. Cheese. If this story gave you that deep sense of justice served, smash that like button. And tell me in the comments, what's the most satisfying revenge moment you've ever witnessed? And don't forget to subscribe, because the next story might just prove that karma never sleeps. And when it strikes, it's always sweeter than you expect. Headphone fire.